Hello! Welcome to a Broken Binding unboxing. This, my friends, is a Broken Binding in collaboration with Daphne Press, which is kind of cool because Daphne Press is the small press from Illumicrate, which is a competitor of the Broken Binding. Illumicrate has their own special editions, and then Broken Binding has their own special editions. But anyways, Daphne Press was originally created as a fine press. They did Sabriel by Dragon's Horde. They did some Garth Nix titles. They did what was the non-Garth Nix title? They did another one. I don't have that other one. But anyways, they have recently gotten into just publishing in general. Not as fancy editions. I mean, they're still hopefully a nice edition. I haven't purchased anything that Daphne Press has published by themselves, other than the small press ones. But when they said The Sun and the Void was getting a Broken Binding treatment in collaboration with Daphne Press, there's Daphne's logo right there, I couldn't pass it up. So this is The Sun and the Void by Gabriela Romero Lacruz. It is her very first novel. She is Venezuelan, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Broken Binding and Daphne Press right in the back. That's very cool. This is sold out. This was limited to 500 copies, and, well, those ones typically sell out pretty quickly. So The Sun and the Void, this is the first of a trilogy, I believe. I probably should have done this research beforehand. I know that it's not going to be as fancy as the fine press editions that Daphne do, but it should be still a very nice edition. Looks like a glued spine still, but I mean, that explains the price being so low. Very nice sprayed edges with stencil design. You got some gold foil on the cover itself. This deals, wow, that's a big signature. Woo! That's a nice signature, though. I like it. I couldn't tell you what the name was by looking at it because it's just her initials, G, R, and L, but that's a very fancy G, R, and L. Anyways, this is her first novel, and it's very inspired by South American folklore, which is very cool. It's kind of an underrepresented genre. So it's a fantasy novel. It deals with magic. There are two main characters from two different families. One is kind of being banished to live with her grandmother, who is a sorceress. 366 of the King's Discovery. Huh. Okay, and there's a note on names. Her grandmother is a sorceress. 1/4 Valco. Okay, so we got little titles for the chapters. She's going to live with a grandmother who's a sorceress, who's there to help her out. The other storyline follows a girl who has to kind of repress her magic, but the magic's in her blood. And so you can't really repress who you are in terms of magic. Which, you know, it sounds like, if you want to say, oh, it sounds like Latin America Harry Potter, then you can call it Latin America Harry Potter. I don't think it's really a wizard school, but let me tell you, Latin America Harry Potter sounds pretty freaking cool to me. Very excited to dive in. Like I said, it's always fun reading new authors, especially when new authors such as this have a nice, I don't want to say fine press, because it's not really fine press, but it's a small press. Daphne Press is a small press. They do some very nice high-end limited editions, but I wouldn't call them a fine press. Fine press is more along the lines of like Suntup or your Charnel House, which are going to be a lot pricier. We're talking like triple figures for the books themselves. This was still relatively affordable. I mean, you will have to go in triple figures if you want some of their very nice Daphne Press editions, but you will have to also go to the secondary market if you wanted to get a copy of The Sun and the Void. But there are plenty of other books, other exclusive versions over on the Broken Binding subsite, which I'll link in the description below. And there are other titles that you can buy through Daphne Press, including their higher end limited edition, where you're not going to have a glued spine or glued binding. You'll have a nice sewn binding. I believe those ones have printed boards. I mean, this is technically a foil stamp board, but I think the other ones are very nice printed boards, nice slipcase, and so on. But anyways, please check out my channel for plenty of other unboxing videos and book reviews. I have way too many books to read, so it might be a while before I actually get to The Sun and the Void, but I will do a book review once I do get to it. So please consider liking and subscribing to check those out. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you around next time.